From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is TrojanVision Weekly.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Weekly. We're glad you joined us for this look at what's happening in and around Troy University. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, May 30th marked the start of the summer semester at Troy University, and while summer is usually a time for students to take a break, for many, it's just another term of classes. Anna Kate Patterson talked with students about going to school during the summer.
Most college students spend their summer days on the beach or on the couch, but there are a few who have chosen to stay in the classroom. After about a 2.5-week break, summer classes on the Troy University campus have begun, and a few students told me why they're here.
So I can get into the nursing program in the fall because I already got accepted, but I need these credits to start in the fall.
Just to get a head start and get myself prepared for the fall semester being an athlete on campus.
To graduate early.
Justin Wissenhunt is a freshman football player on campus for his very first semester. He says he expects the fall will be much different.
I expect a lot more people walking around, meeting a lot of new faces, just a lot more things going on around campus than it is right now.
Many students take advantage of the summer semester because of the smaller class sizes.
You get a better relationship with your professor. There's not too many people in the classroom, so you have a one-on-one experience, and if you need help with anything, they're able to help you right then instead of in the fall semester where there's many kids in the class, you can't stop them right there.
I think on campus, there's less of you have better communication with the professor.
You can just get more, you can know the teacher better because there's less people in the classes, and I don't have my friends here, so I'm not going out and having fun. I'm studying all the time.
Session A began Tuesday, May 30th and ends June 27th. Session B will begin June 28th and run through July 30th. Anna Kate Patterson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy University's admissions office now has a new state-of-the-art home. The new addition to the administration building opened at the start of the semester. Lauren Harkson gives us a little tour.
Over the past year and a half, Troy University has been undergoing an Adams administration renovation. On Tuesday, March 30th, the new doors to the addition officially opened.
They took what our existing offices, what we had, and they actually added a significant square footage all the way down to the sidewalk at University Avenue, adding new offices, but primarily a new presentation room and meeting rooms for our families. So that helps our daily visits so that when we're meeting and counseling families, it's just in a much nicer, newer setting.
Due to the rapid growth of Troy visits, Schmidt says the administration building needed more space to accustom families and exceed expectations.
We needed to be able to do nice presentations. We needed to have some interactive activities for these families because there are so many meeting at one time. And then we needed to have some nice meeting spaces if we need to counsel a family one-on-one. So our needs have just been growing with the enrollment numbers that we've seeing.
One of the most exciting new features is this touchscreen wall where learning about Troy is right at your fingertips.
Today was my first day back at work, so when I just walked in, I've been kind of coming over here during construction, but today was the first time I've seen the finished piece, and it was just like, I don't know, mind-blowing, I guess.
With all of the positive feedback, the administration office is ready to show off their new home to the Trojans.
Come let us give you a tour of our new facility, and then let's chat about some other Troy Trojans we can convince to join us.
For more information on student services and administration, visit troy.edu/student services.
Troy University students will soon have some new dining options as the Trojan Center food court is undergoing some major renovations to add some big-name dining options, including a couple to satisfy your sweet tooth. Nathaniel Rodriguez gives us the details.
Renovations for the Trojan Center food court are underway to prepare for the arrival of new dining options for Troy University. These will include a second boar's head, steak and shake, Great American cookies, and marble slab ice cream. Another change to the food court will be the amount of seating, which will be increasing from 250 to over 450 seats.
The seats actually is going to be situated that extra when we take the game room. That's going to give us a lot of, the seat, and we also updating our chairs and, the tables to, the little smaller tables and chairs basically to help us to give more seating to to outside.
To help increase seating space, the external purchasing points that were by Chick-fil-A and the marketplace will be removed, and now all workstations will have their own cashiers. Also, the amount of cashiers will be increased to help speed up the speed of service.
Currently I have like 7 cash register, which is the point of sale system. We're going to have 16 of them. That that we're going to also increase our speed of service. That's the plan for this new renovation.
Yilgrim said that these changes were made in the face of an increasing student populace, which was outgrowing the current infrastructure.
As we look at the last year numbers, that we are growing, and then so therefore we currently run out the seating capacity at the retail center. So in the meantime, we would like to add more seating, but in the meantime, that we wanted to also refresh and add a couple more items to the existing variety.
All in all, this project will end up costing the university around $2 to $3 million. Nathaniel Rodriguez, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Every summer, Troy Athletics hits the road for their annual Trojan Tour, taking Trojan spirit to communities across the state and Florida. The tour kicked off in the home of the Trojan football team, Veterans Memorial Stadium. Sarah Drake has the story.
Kicked off its 5th annual Trojan Tour on Wednesday night, and its first stop, Troy, Alabama. Trojan Tour allows fans to interact with Troy's head coaches and hear about the latest in Troy athletics.
A Trojan Tour is an opportunity really for us to interact with our fan base, with our donors, with our supporters, and really highlight our accomplishments from this past year and set the stage for next year. Create some excitement and momentum about what 2017 and 18 is going to bring. And so great opportunity. We have about 6 stops this year. So we'll do this kind of all over the region.
Last year, Troy set a record for the highest attended season in program history. And Coach Brown knows how important the fans are to the success of the program.
This is the lifeblood of our program is the people that support it. We were fortunate enough last season to set a attendance record for football, the most attended games in school history, and that's due to the fans. So I think it's important for us to give back and to give them an insight to what our 2017 season is going to look like.
While Wednesday was all about the fans, Coach Brown talked about wanting the chance to play against Alabama and Auburn.
I was asked the question if in a radio interview, would you like the opportunity to play Alabama and Auburn? And what I answered was sure. I'd love the opportunity to play Alabama and Auburn. We're going to play a Power 5 opponent each and every year. Most of the time that's going to be on the road. So if we're going to play a Power 5 opponent, I just assume it'd be Alabama or Auburn.
And excitement was in the air as the Trojans only have 93 more days until the first game.
Very excited. I think it's going to be a fun year for us. We've got a great group of student athletes coming back. We retained our whole entire coaching staff, and the schedule lines up for us to have a chance to be really successful. I'm really excited about it.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, we'll look at some of the mini camps taking place on the Troy campus this summer. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We got adopted. Over the years, I came to know the full story of what really happened. She had us when she was 17. The way she saw things going, it wasn't a good environment to raise a kid. The fact that she did that just shows how strong of a woman my mother is, and I thank her each and every day for it. I wouldn't be the person who I am today, and I like the person I am today. Yeah, I knew I was loved and I was part of a family, so that was what's important to me. I'm Christoph.
And I'm Christopher.
And our mom chose adoption.
The warrior spirit, it's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
All this week, students with disabilities from across the state were on campus learning about leadership and ways to become more independent. Paige Weeks gives us the details.
Monday morning, 34 Alabama students with disabilities gathered in Troy University's Trojan Center for their first day of the 19th Alabama Governor's Youth Leadership Forum, also known as the YLF.
We pay for them to come to Troy. They get transportation from their parents. They come here and we put them up and we all get to sleep in the dorms for a week. And then every day we're at TC and we're doing group work. different types of leadership activities. We do advocacy training for them, how to self-advocate when they're looking for jobs, job readiness, how they get ready for work.
Each day, the students participate in different sessions where they will learn about the importance of self-esteem, career choice, independent living options, and, of course, leadership skills. The overall goal, though, is to prepare the students for the future.
They're already at a disadvantage because of the way we perceive those with disabilities. So what we try to do is help them overcome some of these obstacles that they will encounter in the interview process and in the job search and career exploration. We're helping them to live more independently when they leave high school.
One student from Bessemer, Alabama, explains just how important it is for him to prove that there is no obstacle too big for him or any other disabled person to overcome.
Show everybody what I can do, make other folks that got disability follow me and show them what I did when I was in school. All you do is just put your mind to it. You can do anything.
Monday was the first day of the event, and it will last until Thursday, June 8th. Paige Weeks, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And one of the goals of the Leadership Forum is to help the campers learn to become more independent. And on Tuesday afternoon, they learned about technology that could help them achieve that goal. Justin Walker has the story.
To continue the Governor's Youth Leadership Forum for high school students with disabilities visit a Troy University's campus this week, a Technologies Expo was held in the Trojan Center ballrooms on Tuesday, as vendors in the field came to showcase devices that could be used to help those visiting high school students with disabilities overcome obstacles they face while using technology.
So today we've got our Assistive Technology Expo going on, and we've got different vendors from around the state. And these vendors are here to show some of the different technology that might be available to some of these consumers.
Durz's hopes that the expo helped the students learn ways to rise above their challenges, and that by using the different devices, they will have a better understanding of the products designed specifically for them.
So I'm hoping that for some of these students that they kind of open their eyes to some of the different technology that's available to them, different ways to accommodate them, and to allow them to have new experiences that they may not have had previously.
One of the vendors says that he looks specifically at the disability the consumer has and uses that to recommend what product will better assist them in reaching their full potential.
Well, I mean, it's really based on the individual's disability. So if I meet a client or consumer is what I call them, for the first time, I try to look and see what functions they have to be able to do and what are difficult, and then try and figure out what piece of technology would best be able to help them.
The Sun Belt champion Trojan women's basketball team is already preparing another championship class. However, these players won't be ready for collegiate competition for another 6 to 14 years. Sarah Drake explains.
The women's basketball team was happy to welcome little dribblers into Trojan Arena for a 4-day basketball camp. The little dribblers are able to learn fundamentals and techniques from Troy coaches and players.
It's little kids camp this week. Little dribblers, it's preschoolers through 6th grade. Come and we just work out from 8 to 12, have a lot of fun, learn a few fundamentals, and play a little basketball. We do ball handling things, we do dribbling, and so for them to be able to start out this young with these little 4 and 5 and 6-year-olds, watching them dribble around here, we lower the goals to 6 foot for the younger ones. We have 8 foot goals, obviously we have 10 foot, so we kind of work our way up, but for them to get the fundamentals, it just makes such a good foundation for them.
While the goal of the Little Dribblers basketball camp is for participants to learn the fundamentals of the game, coaches hope that they just had fun.
We take the morning time and we do a lot of fundamentals. We work on dribbling. We worked on shooting layups this morning. We worked on our shot form. And then later on this morning, we'll play a lot of games. We'll play a lot of different things. But, the most important thing is that they have fun, but we also teach them fundamentals, some rules of the game, how do you actually play the game of basketball, and just getting them excited about basketball.
Coach Graff says one of the best parts of the Little Dribblers camp is seeing the kids get excited whenever they meet a Troy player.
That's the best part right there, is just really to see our players interact with them. They do such a good job with the children, and of course the little ones love them. They just kind of hang on them. It's fun to watch some of the little ones come in here and go, oh, that's Caitlin Ramirez, or that's Deja Williams. They're just so excited to see them, and so it's fun to have them interact with them.
The Trojans team camp will begin June 16th. Sarah Drake, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And those little ones weren't the only campers in Troy this week. Some slightly older visitors were on campus for a religious retreat. Anna Kate Patterson has the details.
During the summer, Troy University's campus is much less populated. This gives organizations from around Alabama the opportunity to rent out buildings and classrooms and hold events here. Brother Michael Thomas sat down with me to talk about his organization and the youth camp being held here this week.
Our organization is called the United Pentecostal Church International, and our motto is the whole gospel to the whole world. Specifically, we are the youth department within our state of the United Pentecostal Church International. We're the Alabama District United Pentecostal Church, and our specific ministry is the Alabama Youth Department of the United Pentecostal Church International.
The theme of the AYD Youth Camp this year is Deeper, relaying the message that students should dive deeper into worship, prayer, and the Bible.
Our mission is to focus on the spiritual development of our students. And so while this youth camp is centered around icebreakers, crowd breakers, youth ministry, we are also taking time in our schedule to focus on their spiritual development. And we believe in the moving of the Holy Spirit, as we refer to it, which is the Spirit of God. And we, in every one of our sessions, we invite God's Spirit to come and touch our students, because we know that that's going to make an eternal impact.
The Alabama Youth Department of the United Pentecostal Church International has held their Alabama Youth Camp here on the campus of Troy University for the past 2 years in a row.
Tomorrow morning, we will go to Butter and Egg Activity Center, which is an off-site activity center. We're looking forward to the zip lining and the laser tag in between our services. And we have slumber parties, lock-ins, what we call daylight frenzies, which is scavenger hunts, and just a lot of activities going on.
To find out how you can get involved with this camp in the future, go to youthal.com. Anna Kate Patterson, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at the effort to bring Sunday alcohol sales to the city of Troy. So don't touch that dial.
America is great because it's full of freedom, but it's also full of gun accidents.
Sorry.
Of course, your gun is safe, but maybe other people get distracted because America is so full of handsome movie stars and delicious hamburgers. The problem is, too much stuff is getting shot by accident, like toddlers and full-grown people. But you can help. After using a firearm, one should clear the chamber, then check the chamber, then check it again. If there's a safety, put it on, then lock it up.
My bad.
I want to thank you for not being an American who leaves their firearms in the couch cushions or on a ledge above the playpen. You may not need this message, but somebody out there does. So please, pass it on. America is counting on you.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
Residents of Troy may soon be able to buy alcohol 7 days a week. A vote is set for October 10th that will let residents decide whether or not to allow Sunday sales in the city. Justin Walker has reaction from some local businesses on the proposal.
Later this year, registered voters in the city of Troy will have the opportunity to either approve or continue to prohibit the sale of alcohol on Sundays. This referendum was set forth by the Troy City Council, and local business owners are talking. For one owner, he believes that the Troy community will see a positive impact if the law passes.
Well, I think if the law is approved, for a business like ours, I don't know that it would have a huge impact. For the community, it could have a large impact if one of the chain restaurants comes in, one of the sports bars. Being able to have Sunday sales for big sporting events would be a huge benefit for them. And I think that we'll see some growth in the city if it is passed.
While businesses like Mossy Grove Schoolhouse and Pete's Package Store have said that they will not open their doors on Sunday regardless of the outcome, some businesses like Sips on the Square are open to the possibility of opening their doors on a day that is normally set aside for rest.
I think it would give us the option to sell. I don't know that we would open up. I'd love to say that we would enjoy the time off, but having the option there always creates, the opportunity to make a little more money. We would consider it, yes. But we We would not consider it very seriously right now. Sunday's the only day that we're closed, and we do relish that time off.
It is uncertain which type of businesses will be included if the law passes, but a local grocery manager believes businesses could see an increase in profits overall.
I would probably say restaurants more than anything. I'm sure convenience stores and grocery stores also. But any place that has the possibility of selling beer on Sunday would probably see at least some slight increase.
Justin Walker, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The Johnson Center for the Arts is known for featuring a variety of styles in its galleries, but its upper gallery's new exhibit combines two: architectural drawings with landscape paintings. Nathaniel Rodriguez has the story.
The Johnson Center for the Arts has a new exhibit in its upper gallery called Imaginal Histories, the paintings and drawings of David Keith Brawley. Brawley, a Montgomery architect and artist, focuses his artwork on the architectural landscape, an art form that is compiled through architectural fragments which are laid upon each other.
You just look at it, it's got layers and layers of lines and shapes and different things he painted when he was in London and other things as well.
When the Johnson Center asked Brawley to bring his work for exhibition, he did not have a complete body of work, so he asked his friends in Montgomery to lend the pieces he gave them to the show. White said this has made the exhibit more retrospective in nature.
David was, he loved going back and seeing his early work. A lot of this is earlier, some it's later. He commented at the Art Talk that he loved seeing some of this work that he did as if he was seeing it for the first time.
In addition to his finished works, Brawley also submitted some of his sketchbooks to the exhibit.
He had the Europe sketchbook, and you could flip through it, and they're on display out here in the main gallery. You can see how his mind works. You can see his quick sketches. You can see the sketches after he adds watercolor, and how he's developing the design.
Imaginal Histories will be open until July 15th, 2017. Nathaniel Rodriguez, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Well, it's time for our last break, but when we return, we'll learn about Troy Athletics' Trojan Tour 2017. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
This is Dr. Daniel Smith. He's an expert in domestic and international economics. But his proudest achievement is connecting with his students and helping them accomplish more than they ever thought possible. That's the warrior spirit, and it's alive and well at Troy University. Feel it at troy.edu/spirit.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
Troy Athletics is in the middle of their Trojan Tour 2017. In this week's Trojan Talk, we'll learn more about this year's tour and where it's heading. Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll learn about Trojan Tour 2017. My guest today, Associate Athletic Director for Marketing and Sales, Kyle George, a relatively new member to the Trojan family, but welcome to Trojan Talk to talk a little about Trojan Tour.
Well, thank you very much. I'm excited. This will be my first time going on Trojan Tour, so excited to get out there and see our fans, and a lot of great locations for us as part of this tour here.
And of course, in the marketing part of your title there, this is one of those things that kind of falls right into place with marketing. But the Trojan Tour is more than just trying to sell the university. It's just trying to get, people involved in being a part of the Trojan family, right?
Absolutely. And we're getting a chance to partner with the Alumni Association as part of this, working with the local alumni chapters at each location as well, too. So it's a great opportunity for us to, one, see our fans, see our donors, see our alumni out in these different locations, whether it's in Alabama or in Florida, but also for our coaches to get a chance to get out there and say hello and thank these people for their support for Troy Athletics here.
And of course, taking the show on the road is one of those important elements, because a lot of people, especially here in the Troy community and the surrounding surrounding areas, they probably get a good feel of what's going on here at Troy. But some of those outliers out there, they may not have as much knowledge about what's going on here. And I would think that's one of those crucial elements of Trojan Tour, is kind of giving them maybe a state of the state of what's going on here.
Certainly, there's so many great things that have happened this year in Troy athletics. I came in right during the conference championships for men's and women's basketball, so I came here at a great time. But since that time, and beginning before that as well too, so much great success for our team, for all of our teams rather, when it comes to championships, academic success in the classroom, so many great things for our program that we can really go out and tell everybody about. I think we had 5 teams go to the postseason this year, 3 conference championships, most wins in program history for football as well, highest attended football season history for us as well too. So a lot of excitement coming off of that, but then also getting ready for the next year as well too in 2017, 2018, with football season being right around the corner for us as well.
Of course, I know that's probably a great opportunity, especially in the marketing and sales area, is to start making those pitches for, hey, anybody who hasn't gotten those tickets yet.
Certainly.
So, and there's plenty of opportunities for that at the tour, right?
There are. There's plenty of opportunities during the tour to purchase your season tickets, become a member of the Trojan Warrior Fund, join the alumni associations. We'll have all that information out there. And that's not the only reason why we're going out on the Trojan Tour, but that is a big thing, to make sure people know how they can be involved with Troy University and Troy athletics as a whole as part of that too. So I'm really excited to get a chance to get out there in front of them, make sure they know how they can be involved and be connected with us, because that's one of the things we want to make sure they know is all the great things that have taken place this past year and how they can help us continue to grow that in the future as well.
And of course, all the excitement coming off of last year's football success and some pretty big name teams coming up this year. So I know there's got to be a lot of people that are excited to get on and be a part of that Trojan train and as it keeps rolling. So
Coach Brown talks about rebuilding the wall, and it's a big step last year. That 10 wins in the season, most as a program in FBS history for us. Also won the Dollar General Bowl, beat South Alabama to win the Battle of the Belt. I know it's a big one. The fans all love to hear about part of that, and we're going to get a chance to take these trophies out there with us too as part of the Trojan Tour. So it's one thing for fans to see, hey, our team won this. We're going to take the trophies out there with us too. They get a chance to take the pictures with the trophies as well as part of this.
And not just football. There are going to be coaches from other sports, and probably particularly maybe basketball. That's going to be right around the corner. But opportunities to see some of the other coaches that have had just as much success, if not more success, than football has had this year.
Certainly, and that's one of the things that the coaches are going to try to do their best to come to all these as they can. This is a high recruiting time here for us, so a lot of coaches are tied with recruiting. Other summer camps taking place as well too. I know coaches such as Phil Cunningham, Shannon Rigby, both from men's and women's basketball, they're both making plans to make it their trip out here with us as well too. Our new coaches too, like Jed O'Connor with soccer, Josh Lauer volleyball, they're excited to get a chance to come out there and meet members of our community here as well too. Track and field, Coach Mark Davis and his team just wrapped up competition as well. So all these coaches are looking to get a chance to come out as much as they possibly can to meet the fans at these different locations.
Well, let's talk about these different locations. You're spread out over about a 2-week period, right?
Correct.
Across Alabama and Florida. So talk about where the tour is going to be, so folks who are in those areas know when they can take a place.
So Tuesday, June 6th will be in Montgomery. That'll be a 5:30 p.m. start at Wind Lakes Country Club there. Unique thing for this too is we had some rain issues a few weeks ago when it came to Coach Brown's Golf Classic. So we're going to have a rescheduled date for that as part of this event. So all day Tuesday, June 6th. Take off work if you're in Montgomery. Come join us at the Country Club. We'll have plenty of great times going on there the whole time for it. Later that week, we'll be in Greenville on Thursday, June 8th. It's 11:30 a.m. lunch there, $5 per person for that event there. They also have a golf tournament taking place to help benefit their local alumni chapter there as well too. So both of those events taking place coming up here very soon. The week after that, we go on the road once again to Dothan. Be a Tuesday evening event at 5:30 at the Country Club down there in Dothan as well. And then Thursday, June 15th. Will be in Florida. We're going to have lunch in Pensacola at 11:30 at Scenic Hills Golf Course there. They also have a golf tournament taking place after that event as well too. The fans can sign up to be a part of. And then we're going to Fort Walton Beach that evening for a 6 o'clock dinner Thursday, June 15th. That'll be at the Fort Walton Yacht Club there as well.
All right. So anyone out there is in those areas or close to those areas have a chance to make it to one of those events. And once again, about any information about registration or cost or anything like that, they can head to the website.
Correct. You go to TroyTrojans.com/TT17 for Trojan Tour 17.
All right.
So you go online there, find all the information right there for it.
Trojan Tour hitting the road again, getting ready for an upcoming school year. And thanks for telling us about it. And once again, welcome to the Trojan family. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. And that's what happened on the first week of June 2017. find out what's happening throughout the week, you can tune into Troy Trojan Vision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30 Monday through Thursday, or anytime by following us on Twitter at Troy TV News. Also, feel free to like our Troy Trojan Vision News fan page on Facebook to see links to online content from Troy Trojan Vision News. We hope you join us again next week for another edition of Troy Trojan Vision Weekly. Have a good week.